Good morning all. May you please stand for the presentation of the colors.
Color guard, attention. Color guard, forward march. Color guard, halt. Color guard, post your colors.
Cub Scouts always present the flowers and wait. And the Cub Scouts please present the flowers and wait.
Please recite the Pledge of Allegiance with us. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Now, Cub Scout, lead us calling to lead us in the Scout Oath. Scout Einstein. On my honor, I will do my best to do my duty to guard my country and to obey the Scout law, to help other people at all times, to keep myself physically strong, mentally awake, and morally straight. Scout Peggy Mara will lead us in the Scout law. Scout Harrison. Scouts are trustworthy, loyal, helpful, friendly, courteous, kind, obedient, cheerful, thrifty, brave, clean record. You may be seated. Good morning, I am Emily. And I am Natasha. We are from Troop 180. I'm Anthony.
I'm Brett. We're from Troop 18. Today we'll be celebrating Scout Sunday. This celebration was started in the 1940s as a way to recognize the anniversary of Scouting and serving the founder of Scouting.
We
would also love to recognize Scout Sunday as the time to celebrate scouting with our families and the other members of the Makawao Luthi Buddhist Temple.
Please stand so Reverend Perry will now lead us in the meditation of Mandana Tisa.
You may be seated. We will now chant the Sutra of Gospel with me. The words to the Sutra are located in the insert of today's program.
We will now have offering of incense and offertory.
Thank Turn off the cameras. Please stand as we recite the Golden Chain of Love. Worship will be inside the program.
You may be seated. At this time, it gives us a great pleasure to have Mr. Max Nishikawa as our guest speaker today to share his scouting experience with us. Mr. Nishikawa is a Pack 18 Scout, a Troop 18 Eagle Scout, and is currently a Navy Petty Officer First Class.
Kind of a full house and a little bit nervous now. Good morning, Pangbangaji and the Scouts. So when Sean first asked me to speak at Scout Sunday, I was pretty surprised, to be honest. I'm not sure why he decided to ask me, but it might have been, you know, he just so happened to see me at Anytime Fitness working out, and I just so happened to be a Troop 18 member and Temple member as well. So, looking back, I was trying to remember why I exactly joined the Scouts, and I can't remember. It's been that long, but it's probably been because my brother Cole. Mount Elementary Preschool, then later went to elementary. For the church members, I'd like for you to reflect on the words of the golden chain of love and make the connections with my experiences that I distance. Being away from my family and friends could be very difficult. A lot of things that you guys may take for granted, everyday activities, such as just going to the beach, potlucks after sports and baseball and soccer games, or even just going to Costco on the side of the family. Wedding anniversaries and birthdays are a little bit harder to swallow when you have to miss those. Some of you may have known my grandmother, Agnes Ariyoshi. When I was stationed in Japan, the same year, a few months after my son Ace was born, she had passed away. We weren't able to come home in time to say goodbye, but I know she would have been very happy to meet my son Ace. She loved kids, and she used to take care of me growing up, and I miss her a lot. Thinking back on all the summers at Camp Malahida, I think very well prepared me for life on a Navy ship. Living in close quarters with hundreds of sailors. I don't know if it's still the same. I haven't been to Camp Malahida in a while, but the smells in the camp were probably the same that we have on the ship, So I've been on a few deployments, the longest of which was about 7 to 8 months. One of the hardest deployments was, I was out in the Middle East. My wife Alicia was pregnant with my daughter Mia. And by the time I came home to Pearl Harbor in 2018, Mia was already 4 months old. I also did a deployment right at the beginning of COVID. So we were down off the coast of South America, and it was about 6 months. And this time we didn't get to stop at any foreign borders because of COVID. So it seemed a lot longer than usual. When I came home, it was a very different world. We were social distancing, wearing masks, and pretty much staying home, separated. So it's a couple of the Scout laws that I feel that have helped me through the 11 years in the Navy so far, where brave, loyal, trustworthy. These are some of the qualities that you would want to find in a sailor. Courteous and obedient. When we travel to other countries, it is very important to be cautious of their cultures and their beliefs and abide by them, because we are visitors of their country. And clean, because nobody wants to sleep next to the smelly guy. Before I left for the Navy, one of my father's advice to me was to pay myself first. What he meant by that is, with every paycheck, put a little bit away before buying even the essentials and things that we just want, okay? I follow his advice to this day, and I've been putting away a little bit every paycheck since I've been in the Navy. It actually helped me buy my first house. It is very important. I got married in 2014 to my wife Alicia, and the first year of our marriage, I was in Japan or on deployment while she was still back in Hawaii. It wasn't until she moved to Japan that I learned what it was like to live together and become a team to manage our money, we had to purchase everything like everyone else, rent, food, a car, and eventually my son Ace, probably the most expensive. But living off base, we did find a lot of places in our neighborhood that were very reasonable pricing. My favorite place was the 7-Eleven. They had musubis, fried chicken, the little sandwiches with the really soft bread, and the best instant ramen that you could think of. It was even better than some of the restaurants here, I'd have to argue to say. My wife's favorite spot to shop was the Daiso store. I don't know if any of you have been to the Daiso in Oahu. It's all right, but the ones in Japan just blow it out of the water. They have everything you need, and man, with the drug is like $1. So it's hard to pass up on. But by budgeting and saving, we were able to travel to different parts of Japan. I even flew Alicia out to Thailand when we were deployed. We pulled in on Valentine's Day, so I thought that was a pretty nice gift. We also took my son Ace to Japan Disneyland. So he was too young to remember, but I like to remind him that he's been to Disneyland twice now. While I was packing for boot camp, I made sure I had my grandfather's ninja with me. I keep it everywhere I go, every place I'm stationed, I make sure I have it with me. It's something that helps me through some of the tough times when I either feel lonely or just lost. I just hold it, and it allows me to reflect on the golden chain of love and allow myself to take a step back, take a breath, and refocus on my why, what I do. Right? To help other people at all times. We've all witnessed the devastation of the wildfires in August, and I felt very encouraged when I saw the outpour from the community to really reach out to all those affected in the fires to do whatever they could. All the way from large organizations like FEMA and Red Cross, but even individuals. My friends from Big Island in Hilo, they reached out to me and asked me, hey, man, what do you guys need? They sent over 15,000 pounds of food and supplies, which I didn't realize how much that was. I went down to Aloha Air Cargo with my Tacoma truck, and I was like, this isn't gonna fit. Luckily, I did have a lot of friends and family volunteering to help. We had about 2 flatbeds, a box truck, and a couple other Tacomas, you know, ready to go. We packed up the supplies, and we were able to bring out food and water out to Lahaina 4 days after the fire. But helping others does not always have to be a grand gesture. It could be anything as small as answering Auntie Bobby's call to help make chow fun for phone dance. Selling Lala for the preschool, coaching baseball or soccer teams, right? Or even just helping your mom or dad do the dishes or the laundry or something like that. It's always good to help each other out. The main Scout law that I think of when I think about helping each other is cheerful. Even if I'm in a bad mood, after I have helped someone else who may have needed it or may have not needed it, it always makes me feel better, and I'm sure they feel better as well, just having a company to help to get over a task. To keep myself physically strong, mentally awake, and morally straight. While playing sports in high school and doing scoutings, I'd never really thought too much about this. It's just words that I would say. As I got older, I realized to live a better life, I need to take very good thought on taking care of my body, mind, and spirit. I try to eat clean, chicken breasts, broccoli, eggs, and a lot of water. Rarely do I eat sugars or drink alcohol. I exercise every day, about 2 to 3 hours. The last 4 years, I have been successful enough to compete in bodybuilding in both the state and national levels. When I graduated from college, I told myself that I never wanted to study it. Little did I know, I had to learn all about missiles and guiding systems, rebuilding electronics equipment, and the hardest one for me is studying for my advancement exams. But keeping your mind sharp is not always academically based, right? It's also about being aware of our surroundings and the people that we love. Living on a ship with hundreds of sailors can be lonely for some still. I have been there for some of my shipmates when they were showing some signs of being depressed or alone, and sometimes when they weren't. And that's where I think, when you just think of the golden chain of love, is you have to be thinking of others as well. And by bringing them up also brings ourselves up. One common stereotype I hear a lot about recruiters is that we say whatever it takes to get the deal done. Promising the highest paying jobs, the greatest opportunities. But as a recruiter here in Maui, I take a personal responsibility for every sailor I enlist. I don't make any promises I can't keep, and I explain everything to the best of my ability so that they understand and they can make the best decision for their future. Maui is a small island and everyone knows everybody. right? So doing the right thing, even when no one's looking, is a big thing. For me, it's telling the truth to my future sailors and letting them know what they're actually getting into. Because it's not always easy, but I really do enjoy what I do and the people that I interact with and impact with along the way. Some of the Scout laws that I come to think of when I think about maintaining my mind, body, and spirit are being helpful, friendly, and kind. Especially right now as a recruiter, I don't think I could do my job if I was unhelpful, unfriendly, and unkind. I'd like to thank you guys for the opportunity to share some of my experiences with you. I am successful today at my job, with my family, and in the community because of the lessons I've learned through scouting and through church. My last words to the Scouts: no matter where you go, no matter what you do, always be prepared. So you can move on to the next step, the next adventure, and in my case, the next ship, with positivity and courage. I wish you all fair winds and following seas until we meet again.
Thank you, Mr. Nishikawa. Next, we would like to invite Reverend Kiyohara to say a few words.
Aloha kakahiaka. That's better. Good morning, everyone. Every year on Scout Sunday, I share my father's Boy Scout uniform, which is this one. Because inside the shirt pocket, there's a card from the National Council of Boy Scouts of America, dated November 3rd, November. So if you look carefully, the shoulder patch shows the location, and it says Poston, which is the Poston War Relocation Camp. Of the United States of America. And yet, my father was forced out of home to be relocated, in quotes, and incarcerated in an internment camp because he was the son of legal immigrants from Japan. So my American citizen father was incarcerated simply because he was of Japanese ancestry. My dad was a Jap, he was a myth, he was the enemy, just because of his genetics. And then, less than 10 years later, right after being forced to go to these internment camps, relocated to these camps, my father, my dad, was drafted, and he served honorably in the United States Army during the Korean War because he was an American citizen. My dad could have been angry and bitter about his experience early in life, but he never was. My dad was a good scout. He chose to be cheerful. Dad only told us stories about playing baseball and swimming and fishing and having fun at camp. So for me, growing up when I was your age, I thought camp sounded like pretty cool. It sounded like fun. My father goes on to serve as Cubmaster, Scoutmaster, Temple Board President, advisor, and elder at a Japanese-American Buddhist temple in South Central Los Angeles, which was primarily a Black and Mexican neighborhood at that time. It was one of the few places where Japanese and Japanese Americans to live after the war in the city of Los Angeles. At his funeral, my father was most remembered for his friendly smile and kind words for everyone he knows. So just like Max, a scout is cheerful. Think about that. A scout is cheerful. You choose to be cheerful. So Buddhism teaches us that our thoughts and words and actions have consequences for ourselves and for other people in this life, and also continue infinitely into the future. So I am forever grateful to my father for being a good scout, a true American, and teaching us by example. Never be bitter. Be cheerful. Choose to be cheerful. Do a good turn daily. Do a good deed daily. And be prepared for anything that life might throw at us. So what you're learning today, now, as scouts, it's going to remain with you for the rest of your life. I can still tie a square. And so I encourage you to enjoy to the fullest each moment of the brief time that you get to spend in scouting. Just one other note, this other shirt here is our son's shirt. If you look very carefully, you'll see that he was in a troop in the Far East Council. He was in Tokyo. He was in the story goes, my father never made it to Eagle Scout. My older brother never made it to Eagle Scout. I never made it to Eagle Scout. So our son gets Eagle Scout at age 14. Just to show dad and uncle and grandpa. So that's the story there. Also, if you look again, look carefully, he's got a Espanol, so he's a Spanish interpreter script, and the uncle, he's got a Japanese interpreter script. He also has the Sangha Award, which I'll be talking about later on. We're going to be starting the Sangha Award program for Scouts, both boys troop and girls troop, as well as the MEPTA program for the Cub Scouts. So we'll be talking about that later. So on behalf of the Makua Honganji mission, mahalo nui loa to the Scouts, to the leaders, and parents, and families that make PAC 18, Troop 18, and Troop 180 an integral, very special part of the Makua Honganji Ohana. The Temple Sangha, the Temple community, is profoundly grateful to you for your constant support. And you make this a very lively place. So I think most of our temple leadership is here today. Hey, temple board, we need a bigger church. But again, thank you. Mahalo, and may your day be filled with aloha.
Thank you, Reverend Carey. At this time, we would like to recognize the hardworking adult leaders for the PAC and troop. Please stand as your name is called. Assistant Clubmaster Adam Melhorn. Then leader for Lion, David Osborne. Then leader for Wolves, Adam Melhorn. Then leader for Bears, Blaine Renee Bernardes. Then leader for Webelos 1, Rick Collins. Then leader for Webelos 2, Cheryl Leon. Past Committee Chair, Carissa Holly.
Okay.
PAC Treasurer, Maria Lee. PAC Secretary, Nikki Wheeler. PAC Check Writers, Rick Collins and Lindsay Lane. PAC Advancement Chair, Gretchen Kahana. Fundraising Chair, Hannah Mounts.
National Derby chairs, Mike and Cheryl Leong. Camp card chair, Carissa Weiner. Uniform chair, Melissa Ramos.
From Troop 180, Scoutmaster Sherry DeJesus. Assistant Scoutmaster Megan Kasaka. Assistant Scoutmaster Rowena Dagdagantana. Committee Chair Deborah Esquido. Treasurer Ronto Tenbon. Advancement Chair Emily Settles.
From Troop 18, we have Scoutmaster Lauren Kosaka. Assistant Scoutmaster Glenn Kigawa. Assistant Scoutmaster Russell Kokunai. Assistant Scoutmaster Ryan Yatsushiro. And Assistant Scoutmaster Ken Escabio. Troop Committee Chair Kathy Suzuki Kigawa. Secretary Kyle Nishimitsu. Treasurer Jamie Ko'o Hanohano. And Advancement Chair Noah Long is the official. Without our adult leaders today, our scouting program would not be the great organization it is today. Now please give them another round of applause.
Please stand for our God. When we see the golden sun, the words to this can be found in the program.
Shining from above, we
actually we're supposed to sing a song, so here we go.
Color guard, reform. Color guard, forward march. Color guard, halt. Color guard, dismiss. Everyone at you.
You may be seated.
Very much for attending today's Sunday service. Thank you, Mr. Nishikawa, for sharing your scouting experiences through Week 2 with us. And thank you to Reverend Kirahara for leading our service.
Just went blank. But thank you very much.
Once again, we would like to thank you for attending today's Scout Sunday service, for your continued support of PAC 18, Troop 18, and Troop 180. Please join the Scouts and their families in the social hall for the Blue and Gold banquet.